I can just tell you that flattery gets you everywhere with me. It all started out really good. Larry was right. We grew up together. We went to kindergarten together, grades 1 through 12 together, Northwest together, Ole Miss together. We talk 2 or 3 times a week now. And the one thing that we probably got more in common than everything is, and nobody ever argues when I say this, is we both married way over our head. Everybody knows Pam and Larry, and nobody ever disagrees when I say that, so I guess I'm right. We had talked, and everybody wants to get on the dean's list now. Everybody wants the dean's list. When I was here, the best I remember, Dean Urie was the dean. He's the dean of men. You didn't want on his list. It was a discipline list, but everybody was worried about the dean's list except Larry and I. We wasn't worried about the dean's list, the president's list. If the National Guard had the list, we wasn't worried. We didn't want on Jimmy Simpson and Charles Van Gadd's list. And we came down here, we came in peace. Don't call those 2 guys. I really called those before they did. We did a lot of things. We liked wrestling way back then. On Monday nights, we'd go to wrestling before the curfew goes, before season started. And we'd go up there, and his dad got on us one time. He said, I can't believe y'all go up there and waste all that time and money on wrestling. It's fake. They're not really getting hurt. They're not really going to the hospital. I can't believe y'all go up there and do that. And Larry had finally heard enough. He said, Dad, he's got a way to put things in words, okay? Puts it in perspective. He said, you sit home and watch them westerns every night. How many Indians do you think you've really shot down They didn't say anything else to us about wrestling. I will tell you his perspective on Jacksonville State beating Ole Miss, but it's about like mine, and this is a G-rated audience, and we just not even know them to do that. And I often heard that teachers' first-year experience decides what their career is going to be. Where's Miss Collinsworth? Way back. Oh, you're Baptist. Would you care to tell who was in your first class? You. And the rest of my class, so, and are you still teaching? 30-something. Now the question. Were we that good, or do you feel like you just weathered the storm? I'd rather you not answer that, but I would tell you, if it's any consolation to you, if I had it to do with, I would study more. And I wouldn't eat my breakfast in your class. I'd eat it in the cafeteria before I got to your class. And I don't know, I saw Mr. Rogers back there. He taught me too. And I think I had an effect on his memory. It must not be good, because somebody asked him what kind of student it was. He said, best I remember, he was one of the best students I had. That's pretty good. Whatever kind of influence. Guys, I've learned a lot of things since I got kids and stuff. And did y'all know that girls, or women, whatever you want to call them, females, even when there's not a store around, they shop. Jeannie Ann and Pebble and I went to Oxford a couple weeks ago, parked up on the square, walked down to a friend's house off the square, no stores around. And when we were walking back, Jeannie Ann started picking out apartments and condos that she wanted to stay in when she goes to Ole Miss. She picked out about 10. And I don't know how much money she spent. But then she said, right when we got to the top of the hill, she said, I can't even stay in them. My freshman year, I got to stay in the dorm down here. I said, that doesn't affect you. And I could tell by her body language that she thought I had some kind of legislative immunity for that room down there. Or I knew the chancellor, or I knew the mayor or something. And she said, well, why doesn't it affect me? I said, because you're going to Northwest. or at least a community college, so y'all got to start recruiting. She's an 8th grader, okay? You got first shot at her. When I was here, this was the baseball field. And we played baseball right here. We were the first class to graduate and play basketball in the Coliseum. But we played in the old gym too. And y'all remember the old gym? Even when they smoked in there, I always worried if they didn't throw it down and grind it out real good, that thing was made out of kindling. I believe it would burn in 15 minutes. And it was old and dirty and crickety. And you remember the dressing room was in the middle and you had to walk down those steps to it just quickly. Well, my first game was a practice game against Northwest. And Coach, in his wisdom, put me and my roommate in right before halftime. And we stepped across. It's like 10 seconds to go. We got down to that. And Paul Jordan was my roommate. He brought it across on the right side. He threw it to me about 4 seconds, and I saw Mike Boone coming towards me, and he stopped. I think he thought it was too far out. If it had been a three-point line, I'd been way behind it. But I turned it loose, 3, 2. As soon as the buzzer hit, it hit the bottom. So Paul and I, we just flipped out. We were high-fiving, jumping up and down. We hit the stairs and went to the bottom. You know, we were still chicken button head. Whatever you do, after you do something good, because first shot I ever took, I made, y'all say, well, how do you remember shots? I mean, you played basketball all that time. I said, well, my shots were like the Marines. They were the proud and the few. So I remember all of them. But anyhow, we're down there. We're waiting on them to come down the stairs, and nobody came. The coach's office was at the end of the floor. They all went down there. So now me and Paul's down there thinking, we got to walk up those stairs, and everybody in the gym's going to know we're idiots. So we decided we get towels, and we come up acting like we were drying off, and walk down to the coach's office to open the door, and it was locked. He made us wait out there a little bit. We was knocking, everybody in the gym looking, and finally they opened the door, and he said, "We're so glad y'all could join us." And then after the game, we were worried that somebody was going to mention that, and nobody did, thank goodness. But I went to the dorm, went by to see Mama Neal, which I usually did before I went to bed. And she said, "That's a nice shot." I said, "I appreciate that." And we talked a bit. She said, "You have any trouble getting to class?" I said, "No, I'm not going to want to. I go to most of them." "Why?" She said, "Well, I noticed you got lost in the gym tonight." And, you know, occasionally we have y'all country boys come here. We got to write a map for your classes. And I just wondered if I needed to do that. I said, she was like an old owl. She'd just sit up there and just see everything. But she didn't do it in front of a lot of people when she told me that. It was pretty good. I don't know if y'all toured the campus. This thing it's got so much better since I was here. Y'all done a heck of a job. The facilities are great. You know, you were talking about all the services you provide. It is the best bang for the buck in the whole state. Y'all provide education for people just coming out of school, adult education, who want to change careers or start a career late in life. You do the training. Y'all were so instrumental in us bringing industry in the state. And I just want y'all to know we appreciate it. And y'all ought to know that the community colleges are big when we bring industry in the state. Thank y'all for what y'all do. And y'all, if y'all hadn't seen this campus, go by and look at it, because it has changed a whole lot. But, you know, I remember the old campus, and it was just like a home away from home to me. Do y'all still have dorm mamas? Doc, do y'all still have dorm mamas? Good, because I'm going to tell you, if you didn't have them, you better get some. Because, you know, I had one of the best, Mama Neal. And I told them at our funeral, I said, you know, a lot of people ran their dorms with iron fists and sticks and everything, and she used big loving arms and popcorn and banana pudding, and she'd go to wrestling with us sometimes. I liked Jerry Lawler, Mr. Papa Neal liked Jackie Fargo, so we get into it sometimes. We had a pretty good time. But I was going to tell you, if you didn't have them, you need to get them. Before I talk about the people who are here, there's 3 ladies that I really wish could have been here today. One was Mama Neal. She was really special, and I knew I was way up high on her list, and my grandma. They would, I was way up there. And then my mama, you know, she liked me the best. They would have loved this. I wish they could have been here. Mama used to make me, up until she died, cookie dough. Now, Aunt Lynn has taken over the cookie dough job. And I get cookie dough except when the grandkids come, because you know grandkids will steal cookie dough. They steal the little rascals. You got to watch them. This world has got tough. So you got to watch them. I want to thank Patsy and Wayne and Joe Mack for nominating me for this, because when Patsy told me they were thinking about doing this, I was thinking, boy, that's a long shot. But, you know, you don't waste your time, go ahead, I appreciate it, but I didn't think this would ever happen. And I'm sure there's a lot more people who deserve this more than I do. Ain't nobody appreciates this more than I do. Thank y'all for doing this. This is really good. I got a lot of friends that came. I told them I'd ask some more, but I was afraid they wouldn't come. And I was hoping none of y'all use this as a reason not to have to go to Tuscaloosa. So, but I think they weren't going in there because unless lightning strikes, it's probably not going to be good over there. But, you know, most of my success has been from my family and the people I work with. I've always heard and I always believe that if you see a turtle on the stump, you can rest assured somebody helped get them up there. Well, you know, everything I've had help. It started out with my family. You want me to introduce him, I'll start and see who I miss. My nephew Rick here. Some of y'all will call me Mr. Gadd. I told y'all, but this is Mr. Gadd right here in the front. I'm Jack. Deborah's mama, Miss Stone right there, and her sister Tommy, and my brother-in-law Gail, my sister Claire, my brother-in-law Ricky, Aunt Lynn, the cookie dough lady now, her daughter Paula and her husband Tony, my brother Chuck, his wife Kay. Oh yeah, these two over here. Y'all take them here. Dale and Jeannie, y'all come on up here a minute. We got Cody and Jacob had a cross-country meeting. We let them off because I got to thinking when I was their age, if I had a chance to come be around a bunch of old folks, I could go run with my friends. I'd be running with my friends. So they got to do that, and they did pretty good today. They called and told us. But Pebble and I want to thank our parents and our family for the help and support we've had all these years. And you know, I don't tell a lot of folks I love you a whole lot. All I do, y'all help me so much. I told him I'm a whole lot like that old man and lady on the porch. He's sitting there, they're rocking, and he's whittling, and she's over there knitting. And after a while, she says, honey, why don't you tell me that you love me? And he keeps whittling. He said, well, honey, I told you I married you. I love you, and if I change my mind, I'll let you know. So if I don't tell you that much, until I tell you different, I love all you. So let's go at it that way. And this is the last thing, one glaring omission in the resolution, and it's my fault, but it mentioned nothing about my membership in Phi Theta Kappa. And before, Miss Collinsworth, before you fall out, I wasn't a member when I was here, okay? But she was. And I married her, so I'm a member by marriage. I took her for better or worse. That's one of the better things. So I'm proud to be a member of Phi Theta Kappa, although she did all the work. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is I don't know if y'all have half as good a time and enjoy this, just half as much as I did today. Y'all done had a good day. Thank y'all very much.